What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Mike LaBelle. Welcome back to the Playbook. Before we get underway, Happy New Year's. If you're new to the channel, make sure to drop a subscription. High key appreciated. So much is on the agenda. Today, we're going to discuss, analyze, break down goalkeeper movement. Stick with me. In today's video, I'm going to focus on beating goalkeeper movement. Maybe I should have led off with that. We're going to start in the arena because I want to talk about framework. So in a 1v1, goalkeeper comes out. There's so many different ways to beat that goalkeeper. You see the body feint for one. I'll give you a ball roll for number two. And we're not going to really focus on these types of situations in terms of beating the goalkeeper. I really want to go over manual goalkeeper movement. How do you combat it? What are you looking for as opposed to all the different ways? That's going to be a penalty. I really want to focus on beating the goalkeeper, different sequences, what to look out for. Let's send the people with a cancellation. There's so many easy ways, in my opinion, to beat a goalkeeper if they are not manually moved. Do we want to give them a step over? We can give them a step over. Yerpsie. And there's the finish. Let's roll. I'm calling this the loner. When you get into situations or circumstances just like this, oh, you love to see it. You got to break through with plenty of space. I'm going to need this on screen. There are three baseline options that can happen. Number one, your opponent pulls out the goalkeeper. He's going to rush you. He's going to come out aggressively. Number two, your opposition is going to bring the goalkeeper out, but then he stops his run. So what that does is it's kind of a bit of a bait and switch. Goalkeeper comes out, but then he retreats. Frequently done in positions like this, mainly because there's been a big defensive error and you're just trying to offset something. And then option three, and what we're going to be dealing with in this clip, is the goalkeeper. He's off his line, but he's not coming out. We're not doing a back and forth. If anything, he's going to scoot left or scoot right once I get closer. And he's basically trying to buy a little bit of time. Can any of these defenders chase back? Can they get back into the play? Will I hesitate? In this circumstance, I'm thankful to have a big enough lead, but if you slow down, and especially if you don't have someone who is built for the pace, the extra burner, that zoom, if he doesn't have that, you could find yourself in a position where these players start catching up to you. It's not what you want, but it happens all the time where defenders get themselves into positions and you mess up the finish. So we get there, a little bit of a stutter step. You see the goalkeeper scoots over, starts to scoot. He's going this way, which then tells me, of course, that I've got a lot to work with, plenty of room to aim, and we're going to go ahead and tuck that home. Beautiful. So this is the most obvious, the most straightforward. You know a goalkeeper is going to move, but it's the best starting point. So when you have a breakaway, being able to adjust and understand not only the frames, but the three different types of circumstances that you're going to be looking at. Another method that sometimes helps with goalkeepers, just depending on your camera view and everything else, worth mentioning, and it doesn't necessarily come into an equation with this goal, but if I get a breakaway, and it depends what camera view you're playing, take a quick glance at the radar. This radar might tell you something important in terms of, is the goalkeeper coming off his line, especially if you're playing maybe a more zoomed in, you don't have as much space, you're only seeing what's in front of you. Quick glance can save you. In hindsight, the zoom tool might have been easier for this, but you can see if the goalkeeper is moving, if he's sitting back. And again, this more or less plays into circumstances where maybe you don't have that vision. Let's move. A common situation I call reactive adjustment. There's the pass. If this is going fluid, if you're playing high level FC 24, it is likely that this goalkeeper is going to take a chance. He is going to be moved. What's important is that you do not rush. You've got plenty of time to work with. We know there's been a big defensive error. There's two different corners for you to kind of pick out. And it's more or less, is the goalkeeper going to move? If he doesn't move, they're both available. If he does, you just need a quick glance, and it's happening fast. In this case, you see that? Before I power it up, I notice this little scoot, which tells me we're going to be able to tap it home in the other direction. I can't stress the importance of improving your finishing, being more clinical, long shots, inside the box, finesse, Travellas, tapping it home, all inclusive. You have to be able to do this well. And don't get discouraged. It gets easier the more that you play. You find yourself into these circumstances. But this one is more reactive, which will make sense as we move forward. Little ball roll just to make it icy. One more. And I think of basketball and I think of football, both at the pro level, the top players aren't rushed. They're never rushed, and that's the same situation here. I'm not going to adjust my finish for you unless it benefits me. Hold your shot. It's one of my favorite scenarios and situations. Harry, extra pass. In this circumstance, there's this moment where the ball's out in front of you. You see what I see? The ball's out in front of me. It is so important because we haven't played the cat and mouse game with the goalkeeper just yet. It hasn't happened, right? So it is so important that I do not power this up early. I have to wait till I get a little closer to the ball, and it gives me a half second to see if the goalkeeper is going to scoot. And he does. I believe that's Alisson, but you can see that he started going this direction. He cheated that way, which then tells me in that little half second, just holding my shot that half second, the near post is going to be open. Understand what I'm spitting? This now becomes an option. It wouldn't have been an option. If he stayed put, the near post would have been covered. I don't know if I love the way that looks. Let's see if, oh, technically, I guess that's more corner based. We're going to hit with some power, but boom. And again, I've got a few of these examples. Hold your shot. It's a half second right there. And he moves, and then we finish. I got another one. I find this scenario happens high levels of frequency. It's all the time. Capdevila bursts through right here. See that touch? And in this case, the goalkeeper moves a little bit early. He shows his hand. Either way, it's important that I do not fill up that power bar too early because it allows me to see the goalkeeper and then I can adjust. Again, we're going to hit that near post. Bit of a strange drawing scenario from yours truly. Not always perfect on the sticks or on the clicks. But the point that I'm making is the goalkeeper has already shown his hand. He's scooting that way. I have not started powering up my shot yet, which gives me a competitive advantage, which is the key to success. We need margins. We need edges. We need any sort of benefit. Give me the package deal. Oh, he was well done. Well done. Extra crispy, not a medium rare. He scooted way too much. Either way, we got the finish. Last but not least, we have the early movement. Rodrigo feeds Son. Son with a 1v1 ball roll. Get out of my house. In this circumstance, I'm always taking an early look. Is there gonna be early movement? You can see the goalkeeper scoots. Look how far out we are as well. This is a significant gap, but I've already noticed that the goalkeeper has started to move. And the way the game works, once a goalkeeper gets pulled out of position, he's not always running back and forth. There are people that are gifted and talented with goalkeeper movement, but even your high-level player does not necessarily have the goalkeeper fine details perfected. So because he's already started to move this way just slightly, I know that I can power this home. Look at this gap, and it happens more frequently than you would assume. And what happens is people move the goalkeeper early just to try to throw you off. Again, sometimes it's about the chase back. Can one of these players now put themselves into a position? Are you going to hesitate? Any hesitation where you lose decisiveness is an advantage to your opposition. However, at the same time, I don't feel that a lot of your opponents realize when you move a goalkeeper early, they don't always recover properly. So we're taking Son. We're going to hammer this right here. So we've got Son. We're going to go near post. And even though it looks as if he's in position, the momentum's against him now. That movement, bang. It just opens up for you. One more time. Son, ball roll. It all happens quick. Look at the goalkeeper movement. I saw it. I lined it up. Made sure I had a little bit of that extra emphasis, a little extra power. No problem. Cookbook especial. It feels good. It feels nice. I hope that this provided you with some clarity. We're always trying to bring the goods to the beautiful subscribers. Happy New Year. I have a lot more coming out ASAP. I am looking forward to absolutely hammering this channel with uploads. There's so much helpful information. We're going to do a lot of reactions and breakdowns with pro gameplay. If you have questions, use the comment section. If you have something you want clarity on, talk to me nice. I've got you.